Hey everybody, welcome back to our channel and welcome back to another video. So you guys, it's time to do summer budget number 2. This is our August budget. We have a couple things that we're going to be budgeting for this month. I actually go back to work in a couple weeks, in 2 weeks. And with that being said, I still don't get paid until the end of August. So my summer share money has populated into my account, and that will be for the August budget. Of course, my August paycheck will be for my September budget. So that'll be my first budget of the new school year cycle. And that's just how school works. I'm an employee from mid-August to the 1st of June, and that's how my school year runs. So we have the MYMT personal budget sheet. Nothing has changed. For you new folks, I do have a lot of new subscribers. Thank y'all for subscribing. I use a week by week budget plan so that I am able to know how much money is going out when. I am a 10-month employee. I get paid the end of August through the end of May. My school year actually starts, like I said, mid-August, and it runs to the first week of June. So all of June and all of July and 2 weeks in August, I am unemployed, right? I don't work. I'm a 10-month employee. So the monies that I have set aside is I have them pull specific amount of money out of my paycheck every single month. They put it into a fund called a summer share account. And then that uh, money that's saved is split into 2 months. I get part in June and part in July. So the last working day of June, which is my July budget, the last working day of July, which is my August budget. So this budget sheet is broken down into a couple categories. I have an income category at the top. So I have my summer share deposit, kids deposits, which is child support. I just need to probably change that to say monthly child support, because Alana has funneled off of child support. So it's just Jackson. And that is just for Jackson. So of course I'll make some adjustments here. And then I have one mom revenue or affiliate links. I do have several affiliate links. They're in the description box of every video. There, it does say I have affiliate links in there, and then my one mom revenue, which is YouTube. Travel reimbursements, that's for any trips I take at work. I actually did just take a trip for my summer workshop. Normally, they'll go ahead and pay my registration. They will pay for my room. And then what I'm getting reimbursed for at the end is gas if I could not get a county car, which this last trip I was not able to get a county car. They did not have any available. And then meals. So they'll pay for my meals depending on what time I leave the day of and then what time I come back the day of. But they'll pay for all of my meals in between. So I got a dinner meal going and I got a breakfast and lunch meal coming home because my meetings were done at noon. So I was able to get lunch. I didn't get dinner because I got home before 6 p.m. And then unexpected gifts, blessings, funds transferred. So in my B column is my budgeted amount, what I think I'm going to spend, what I think I'm going to make. Now, I purposefully don't put income in the B column. And that's because if I put money there, the way my brain thinks, my brain will be fooled into believing that's how much money is going to come in. I'd rather start with $0 and just know how much money I need to come in, right? So I like to know what is my make-up amount. I don't want to know, okay, I over budgeted, I didn't make this much, now I'm in the hole this way or that. I just want to know what I need, and then I want to be able to figure out how it comes in, if that makes any sense. So I always leave my income B column blank, and then I always do my expenses column in B, and that's how I know what my ending number is for the month. All right, so now that I have my income categories in, I'm going to scroll down and look at my expenses. So my expenses, or this sheet breaks it down. Now, this is not my sheet. I just found this doing a regular Google search. Breaks down the expenses into living, regular payments, groceries, personal, transportation, and then I think you have a miscellaneous category. All right, so Mortgage 978. There is no additional monies necessary for the escrow because remember, we have now gotten off the end of the escrow roller coaster. And I feel very good about the fact that that money did come in and I was able to go ahead and pay that over back to my mortgage company. The day it came in, I went to the bank, deposited that money, and within a couple hours, made a payment. So we should be square on that mortgage. I had already paid $500 ahead, waiting to see when it was coming because it took a little longer than what they said it would. And so when that money came in, I took my 500 back and then the rest of it went to the mortgage. So it ended up being the same $2,020 that had come out ahead. So I'm going to check next week to make sure all is square with that escrow payment. I'm just going to call the bank and just make sure. I know it went in, no problem. But I, again, just want to go in and look. I can go to my dashboard and it'll tell me, the payments that I made. It has passed through my bank. It is already cleared. So again, I'm thankful to be off of that. My heating and air for this month is 141, which was up about $15 from last month. It's just been hot here. Water bill is 74. My cell phone is right at $70. The internet comes in right at about 75. My household repairs is $50, but that's a sinking fund. Household income or miscellaneous household things, I have nothing in that category because I don't plan on having to do anything. I still want to paint the kitchen and I actually want to paint my room because I work in this room, I live in this room, I sleep in this room, and I just thought a fresh coat of paint might be nice. That's not on the to-do list immediately, but I would like to do it at some point. Lawn care for Mr. Jerome is 110. He cuts my grass. He cuts my grass through October, and then he doesn't cut the grass until April. So he is April to October, and then he's off. The money that I don't use for grass, I usually put into household projects at that time. Scrolling down for regular payments, Roth IRA, I have $75 that needs to go to that. Amazon Prime is a sinking fund at $13. Now this is saving up for my renewal for Amazon for the next year. My renewal comes due in January. So I always like to have that money saved up so that when it's time for it to come out of my bank, it's already saved. PureFlix, that comes due in May. That's $10. Healthways Gym is my gym only, which is $25. Alana pays her own gym. Taekwondo, which is Jackson, that's $169. Again, some updates are coming about Jackson and Taekwondo and some other things. So I will try to get that video filmed. But for right now, he's in Taekwondo. My federal or state taxes, uh, YouTube does not take out taxes on me, and I do make income on Facebook Reels. They do not take out taxes, so I have to set aside taxes. I just take out 15% of whatever affiliate or one mom revenue comes in, and I put that money into a fund. And when, like last year, I had to pay taxes, I just wrote a check. Just write a check and move on with life. Homeschool curriculum, we are in summer month, so I don't save money for homeschool curriculum. And so that has a zero there. The new camera, which is a sinking fund, I'm saving for a new camera for myself is $20. And so that's a sinking fund. My business expenses for my Google Meet and my Canva is about $30 a month. And I take that out of one mom revenue as well. Scrolling down for food expenses, I plan in about $100 extra for groceries, but I do have a summer grocery sinking fund that I keep all year long. And so that's how the kids and I are getting groceries right now. I usually take out about $25 per child support to add to the $75 I save each month for our summer. Moving down, I have personal care. This is for Jackson's haircut. It costs $25 for his haircut, and we usually leave a $5 tip. So that's $30 for his haircut. P.O. Box, that is a sinking fund. That's $13. Clothing, I normally don't put anything there. I have Nadine West that comes in, and I also do the Goodwill. If I need to buy something, I like to shop at the Goodwill. Doesn't cost me a lot of money to go there. Clothing, and so that's that. Doctors, dentist, chiro, we usually don't have any of that. Last month, I bought supplements. I needed some supplements, and I shouldn't need any for the next 45 to 60 days. Miscellaneous savings, that's for Jackson. I put money in his savings account every child support. So every time I get a child support payment, I put money in Jackson's account. Before sister rolled off, I put money in sister's account. Now sister works, so she is responsible for all of her expenses. Sink-in fund for Gracie. This is for meds. This is for, and actually I need to order some meds for her. But any of her medications, I usually just put $40 in a sinking fund for her yearly exams or anything like that. She has her own sinking fund. Pets are expensive. If you're going to be a pet mom, make sure that a pet mom or dad, make sure that you account for that. We did have a scare with her last year where she just got really ill and we didn't know why. So I ended up at the vet 2 or 3 times. We ended up at the ER vet. That costs over time. And so I ended up having to take it from a separate fund because I didn't have enough in her fund for it. So I just try to put money there because they are expensive. Now I do have Acro, but Acro's mom takes care of all of his expenses. I provide housing. She provides food, medicine, groomers, anything he needs. I just have to say, Acro needs this, and she takes care because our agreement is she provides the finances, we provide the home. And that's just until she's done with school, and then she's coming to pick him up. Gas for the month, $2.50. That's $50 a week. I already filled up. Gas was $3.99, so it has come down a little bit. And then I had gas points from shopping Harris Teeter, so I had 20 cents off. So I actually paid $3.79 a gallon. For the first time in months, I filled up my car for less than $50. It was like $48.81, something in that area. But for less than $50, I'll take it. Oil change, I still have one more oil change over at Toyota. However, I put money in a sinking fund. After this oil change is over, I'm still going to need the oil change, right? So I just have the money there, and when I need to, I can recoup. Tires, I just ended up with a tire issue that I had to replace all 4 of them. So I'm now putting $50 per month into an account just so I will have money for tires if something, the next time I need to get a set of tires. License, and this is for my car insurance, my registration, $92. Moving down, tithe. I don't pay tithe in the summer. I tithe off my entire income in 10 months, unless it is child support or one mom revenue. I then tithe off of that. St. Michael's Hope, $30. I'm going to St. Michael's next week, so I'm going to pay that. Baby step number 3, my prayer this month is that I can save $500 in that account. And then my virtual assistant that is helping me do some stuff. I am hoping to contract her for a couple hours. This month I pay hourly, so I'm hoping to contract her for a few hours. She's still going to let me know. She hasn't decided, but I'm budgeting in $150 for the month. That is just for a couple hours here and there. That gives me a total expenses of $3,219. $3,215, excuse me, that is needed to come in. So far, I have just a little bit less than $2,000. So I'm only about $1,250 short of what I need. But I know that I have $1,965 coming in already. So that gives me, I like to know what do I need to make up. And then I start looking at income sources to see, okay, do I have enough? Will I have enough? It's all going to be well. Alrighty, you guys. So there it is. That's those are the numbers pretty quickly of what we have come in so far and what we have going out. So right now, the only income I have or the only funds I have to spend is my summer share money. Now, here's how I handle things, right? Because it looks like I'm going to have a $1,200 deficit some type of way. $1,300. If for some reason I see I'm running short, I'm working the numbers. That's not the truth because I'm going to get child support. There is some one mom revenue coming in, right? But if I'm running short in my mind on my budget sheet, then I don't do my sinking funds. If I know that I don't have enough for all of my sinking funds, but I have enough for some. What's the most pressing? My car insurance is always a press. What else? Amazon, right? Those, I look at my sinking funds. Gracie is always going to get funded. But if I notice that I'm running short, and this is a lot too for people with variable income. If you notice that you have variable income, then you have to maybe prioritize. Okay, I'm going to be real heavy on this week, but I'm a little shorter this week, right? So you have to be able to manage and move around your money. That's why budgeting is important. So that's what I do. If I notice I'm running short somewhere, I don't fund sinking funds for that month. I make sure all of my bills are paid. A lot of people want to fund the sinking funds, and I get that. But if you don't have the funds to sink, then you can't do it. The other thing is, I've always prayed about multiple streams of income, right? Since I understood, so this hasn't been my whole life, that you could have multiple streams of income, because I thought you just worked one job and that was it, right? But if you can make multiple streams of income, that's how you get to a place of financial freedom after you take care of your debt. So now that there are different, and it might be little bits of things, I don't care how much it is. Praise the Lord for it, right? So then you start taking those little bits and you saying, okay, where can I use this? Well, we're done with baby step 1. We're done with baby step 2. So we are officially 100% working on baby step number 3. Even though we're sinking, we're funding sinking funds. Now, had I not been doing sinking funds, I'd have been done baby step number 3. However, I am doing my sinking funds, so it takes a little bit longer, or you have an emergency come up and your emergency fund doesn't fill it up, or it does, and then you have to refill the emergency fund. So it's all a matter of shifting. But the more you bring in, the more you then have to allocate. And it's not just random spending. So I do very, very little random spending. I did spend money yesterday. I'll tell you what I bought. So I've been doing 75 hard. And yesterday was day 74 of the 75 hard, right? So today is my last day. I have not done one workout yet, but I'll get it in before I go to bed. Working on my water right now. And then some other things have been done. I've got to write as well, but I haven't done my workouts. But I was telling my sister I needed to go to the gym. Well, she doesn't really like the gym that we both go to. So she's like, why don't y'all come over to the pool and you can do some water aerobics? Or she said you could do laps. Now, no. So I did water aerobics. I'm not finna get my hair messed up. So I did water aerobics, but I didn't have a swimsuit. So I went over to Walmart. I said, well, I saw some bottoms in there last week for $5. I was like, well, Lord, maybe they got a bottom. I wear my t-shirt, wear my, top and my t-shirt and all that, and it'll be fine. Well, we happened to walk in Walmart and they had bottoms for $2 and they had tops for $2. So I'm now going to get 2 pieces for the same price or cheaper than I saw the 1-piece bottoms last week. So just wait out a little while. So I picked up a top. I was like, okay, I like this. I'm still looking for bottoms. And then my eye catches a top and a bottom that go together. It's in my size and they're $2. When I look on the tag, it was originally $18.99 or $96 or something like that. So $19 each, $36 for both. I'm not paying $40 for a swimsuit, but I will pay this $2. So I went over and I paid for, I got that. So that, and I went to the pool. So I'm not randomly spending. I may go back to the pool. It stays hot pretty much here till October. And the pool should be open. So if my sister's like, hey, y'all want to do water aerobics again? Sure, we'll come over and go to the pool. But I have that. So it wasn't a random spent thing. That's one of the things. One of the other areas you got to adjust for is groceries, right? So if I need more groceries, then I'll take more extra money and I'll get groceries. It's no problem. I'm done with fighting over the price of groceries. I'm just going to buy what my kids and I need. What we need. If we don't need it this week, we don't get it this week. We'll get it next week. If we can get it on a sale, we'll get it on a sale. I'll take it however I can find it. But I'm not going to stress out over not having all the things. I just adjust my shop trips or my meal plan to fit what we do have in our fridge. I'm back on keto, but that doesn't mean that I'm going to watch my pennies. I'm watching my pennies because if I have to go back to the old way of eating, then I will. I've done that. I just found myself picking up weight that I didn't want and I don't have to have right now, because I can still be on a budget and do keto and keep within my budget, because we do have things in the house. Whenever I'm able to stock up on stuff, I stock up. So it puts a lot there for us. Actually, my sister got a big box of chicken thighs. And she was like, hey, do you want a box? Absolutely. So I got a box. I think it's 40 pounds of chicken thighs, I think. Right? 40 pounds. If we do 1 pound per meal, because I can debone them and chop up the meat, that's 40 meals. And it only cost me $45. So I'd much rather stock up. Even if we did 2 pounds per meal, it's 20 meals, right? So I had to think about it like that. I don't shop at Sam's. I don't shop at Costco. That's a little bit more expensive than what my budget can stand and what my children and I need to go out and purchase. It's just 3 of us, so we don't need that. If we had a larger family, 6, 7, 8, 10, 12, 14 people, we would probably shop bulk, but it's not beneficial for us, so we don't do it. The only cash I got out this month was for gas. So I do like to get gas with cash, because I do not like to continually swipe my card. It makes my nerves bad when I have to keep swiping my card, because cash, I've already accounted for it in my budget, and I don't have to try to reaccount for it. If I have to swipe my card, then I got to go in and I got to make sure I write down how much gas I got. So I like to just have cash. Here's your cash. Budget is done. I've already counted for that money in cash. So that's how it is. That's how we do it. And that's how it has worked for us. Will it work for everybody? I can't promise you that, but I will tell you that if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. And if you don't have a system in place, you're probably going to fail. And even if you have a system in place, if you don't work the system, you're probably going to fail. So I say, put the system in place, work the system as best you can, learn from the failures, and then keep working the system. That's just what I think is how it's helped us. When we first started budgeting, I was faithful to do the budget. I wasn't faithful to stick to the budget. And then when I got in my right mind, it was like, you can do it, but if you don't stick to it, what's the point, right? So we could have been out of debt a long time before had I been sticking to the budget. So then when I got the budget done, I stuck to the budget. We did that for a while, and then we got out of debt. So again, it's just a matter of managing the process. And then once we got to that point, we started to have additional streams of income come in, doing affiliates and getting a little bit here. Like I said, it's a little bit here, a little bit there. We'll take it whichever way we can. Doesn't take me any more to do a video than it does to do anything else. I'd rather work from home than have to go out and deal with the elements outside, right? Gas is expensive. People are cranky. People are not very friendly sometimes. So I'd rather do what I do from here, and it works out totally well. You guys, gals, all you family, friends who you've shared the videos, that helps us on our bottom line. I appreciate you so very much. There's not even enough words that can appreciate you watching the videos and sharing. And a lot of you say, Shakema, we watched your ads. Thank you so much for watching the ads. I make most of my income from the skippables. So if you get a skippable, when it says skip it, because I'm still going to get credit for that one. I make the majority from the skippable ads. There are some, I was watching a video, I had to catch one of my videos the other day looking for something. I was trying to go back and find something, and I couldn't even skip the ad. I was like, what the devil is going on here? But it is just how it is. So I lived in that moment and moved on. But I want to appreciate those of you who come over to Facebook and watch the reels. We appreciate that. So if you want to see some more of the cooking videos, go over to Facebook Reels and watch the reels, because I've been just doing quick minute or less speed through videos. It is a lot easier than to film a whole cooking video and then edit that. So either place, if you come here and support, if you go to Facebook and support, it still helps our family. One of the things that I sometimes feel guilty about is that I make money doing this, but this is something that I love and something that I'm good at. And I feel bad because sometimes I think people don't celebrate with us what we do well. But if you want to start a channel, start a channel. If you have something people, I don't care what it is. There's a niche market for it. Somebody wants to hear it. And then you can make extra income. Because I feel like some people compare their life to my life, and you can't. My kids and I struggled for a long time. And I'm not telling you we have arrived. We have not arrived, right? But I'm not worried about, am I going to have enough to cover my bills? I'm not worried about, is dad going to pay child support? That's a done deal. That's in the courts. That has nothing to do with my verbal agreement with you. That's in the courts. We tried that verbal stuff. It didn't work. Mamas and daddies, if you out here and you have a verbal agreement and people are not holding up their end of the deal, listen to me. I'm going to give you some advice that a very sage person gave me. She said, Shakema, go get them kids their money. She said, this ain't about you. This about them kids and their money. There's no reason for your children to have to be watching you suffer trying to figure out how to make it work because you're trying to have a verbal agreement with somebody that's not holding up their end of the deal. Now, this ain't bashing nobody, right? Because I tried that for a long time, for 4 years, before I finally went to court and said, listen, I need some help, because I tried to make it work. I didn't want to cause bad blood. I didn't want to have any problems. But after 4 years of failure to keep your end of the deal, I had to go and do what I had to do. And I felt bad the whole time doing it. But that first payment that came through and all the subsequent payments that come through, and we're not late on I can say for the homeschool curriculum, they can get clothes when they need it. They can get shoes when they need it. They can go to the grocery store and say, hey, Mom, can I have this today? Yeah, you can have it. It's perfectly fine, because now it's coming in. So I know that parent guilt or that ex-spouse guilt or whatever it is, because I don't want him to have this pressure. Listen, I'm over here with the kids every day. And so over time, my ex and I have come to an agreement. I take care of the children. He pays his child support. That's how it works for us. It works out perfectly, right? It took us a while to get there, but we have gotten there. And so I'm very, very thankful for that. So anywho, I ended up on a rabbit trail. Did not mean to do that, but I know that life, when it's hard to make that decision. But if that person is working, but they are being inconsistent, then you have to get a third party involved. And the third party should be able to help you get what you need for your family. What I asked for was a direct deposit. I said, I do not want him paying me, because I already been there. I know it ain't gonna come on time. I want it directly garnished from his check, and I want that deposited into an account. And that worked out perfectly. I said that was the only request I made. I didn't ask for a certain amount. I didn't ask for anything. I said, can you just pull it out of his check? And after a while, when he got over being angry with me, it worked out. And like I said, now we manage children. That's how we do it. And it works out perfect. His payments come on time. His kids are well taken care of. They have what they need. I needed to get something for Jackson. And I almost texted his dad to say, hey, can you help me with this? And it came into my mind, you get child support. You don't need help. I'm not going to tax him extra, right? I'm just going to take the money from there and get what he needs. And that's all how it's going to work out. And it's all going to be fine. See, I'm not going to be an extra burden here, right? I'm just going to manage what comes in, take a little bit and a little bit and a little bit, because I've done that for years, and then get what he needs. Sister has her own. She's working to save up for a car so that she can have transportation to get around. And she is doing very well, right? She works full time every week. She works between 35 and 40 hours every single week. And she is getting her monies. And she just got a raise. So that worked out very well. So she's getting what she needs. And life is good for sister right now. Life is good for Jackson. It's good for us. We're in a good place. But now we're into wealth building, right? You get out of debt and then you get into wealth building. So that's the place where we're getting. And then it's getting into generational wealth, because my children will look back and say, Mama didn't have credit card debt or all this. And so we shouldn't have this either, right? And so you teach money management to them as they're growing up. And then as you learn, they learn, their children will learn, so now you're coming from generational debt to generational wealth. So I look at it that way, right? Anywho, I could do a whole nother video on that, but I'm going to pop out for now. I'm going to stuff cash envelopes. I did get cash out. I don't know that I'll do a separate video on that, but I will be doing cash envelope stuffing because I've already got the money for that. It's Saturday. We have Saturday suppers happening soon, so I need to go in the kitchen and get started. But I do want to thank you guys so much for stopping by. If you like this video, thumb it up. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye now.